items unnecessary. Sorry, Missy. I'd like to move that motions D through M, that papers as a consent agenda item. Numerous items within these are unnecessary. It's followed by policy currently. Many others lack specifics associated with costs, difficult to understand, and also have numerous grammatical errors with them. So
you're recommending that we strike them?
Yes, I'm sorry. Well, we can, no, let's take them as one consent. One vote, all motions.
You're making a motion to move items D through M as one single consent?
Correct.
I'll second. Motion made by Andy, second by Wayne. To move D through M as a consent agenda item? To strike it.
No.
As a consent.
Consent.
Well, it is just strike.
Take them all and put this phone behind.
Yes, Mr. Bradley.
Since audience members have already commented on these motions, I think that they should not be stricken. And since Mr. Yenser is trying to silence board members that have directors' concerns, that the people should have a right to speak as well.
You misunderstood. I said we take them as a consent, so we will be voting on all of them just as one instead of
Without any deliberation, Mr. Yenser?
Doing that now, isn't it?
deliberating. That's what you're doing.
Oh, deliberate on all of them.
Go for it.
Good anyway.
Get it out of your system.
That's fine. But still, you gotta ask those person whether that's a good idea.
Any comments on the floor?
As someone who spoke, I think it's a great idea. Down here.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we're doing them all as consent, we can deliberate on all of them at this point? Is that what you're saying?
We need to agree.
Get it out of my system, as you would call it, Mr. Jensen?
Well, I agree.
So we need to do a,
I agree, Mr.
Do a roll call.
we made a motion?
We're
Make it
just,
consent first.
the motion is just to put them all together. There's no vote on
Yeah,
it,
the
right?
motion is to put them all together. Okay, okay.
Okay, it's recommended we move items D through M as a consent agenda item. Discussion?
I don't think you should do that, because the 5 members of this board are going to attempt to block the opportunity to individually review motions by directors. And it just shows the stubbornness to review it.
And you can spin it however you like. I spin it the other way, as Mr. Yenser had stated. They are undocumented, unneeded items for discussion.
Hold on a second. Each one of them has, whoa, 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 whoa. You said undocumented. Well, go ahead. You talk first.
I forget it.
I have something.
So they are documented. Each one of them has an enclosure associated with them.
Yeah, with a $10 million price tag?
Every one of them, yeah, you're saving $10 million.
$10 million,
So-
what? 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000
Per
years?
year.
Per year.
Yes, sir. So the question is, each of them do have, your statement that they don't have enclosures is false, Mr. Stern.
And you had backup
That's a different-
documentation to show your return on investment of $10 million, and that the
If you'd like me
expected
to.
earnings for an employee or a student who leaves early, their potential earning is $3 million more for their lifetime by getting out of school 1 year early. Yeah?
Enclosure white, Mr. Stern.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
I'd like to say something, Mr. Bradley. First of all, I have heard all of your issues over the last year. There's a couple things you need to know. First of all, I never met Mr. Stern, Mr. Holland, Mr. Wentz, Mr. Yenser, Mr. Cleaver, or Mr. Fike until we all appeared before Judge Nunavik. I don't know these people. I knew of them. I don't know them. I am not associated with them in any way. I am in agreement with their philosophy. I agree with the philosophy that we spend our money on the school district, not on frivolous lawsuits and not on someone else's state agenda or state plan. You have some sort of cause that you're after. It's not my cause. It's not the district's cause. It's yours. And we don't have to pay for it. So, second of all, there's an election coming up. And whoever wins, doesn't win, the most important thing this community can do is vote. Because it's a matter of philosophy. It's a matter of, do they want the district to continue moving forward, or do they want it stopped by all of your nonsense? I know you're not running, but there are going to be people who follow you and will, and that's fine. But this district, this community needs to make that decision. And for anyone out in the audience that's thinking of running for this seat, just remember that the issues you fight for in those seats will be the issues you deal with in these seats. So stop putting me as one of the 5. Stop calling me a rubber stamper and everything else, because I make my own decisions. I've been doing that since I could talk, and I'm not going to change it because my philosophy agrees with 4 other people, and you can't take that. Sorry about that. Better luck next time.
Now, I have to go with facts. You are associated with the other members because we're all on the board together. You have differences of opinions, as the PSBA says, and it's our job, to listen to the stakeholders and deliberate to define those opinions. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on moving these as consent agenda items. Moved with Nathan Ram, we have consent. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Aye.
Nay.
Roll call.
Nay.
Nay. 2, 3. Still roll call.
And this is for just the consent.
The whole thing, moving the whole thing.
Moving the whole thing, okay.
Yep.
Mr. David Bradley?
No.
Mr. Stephen Holland?
Yes.
Ms. Gail Mahalik?
No.
Ms. Rita Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Wayne Wentz?
Yes.
Mr. Andrew Yenser?
Yes.
Ms. Joy Beers? No. Mr. Richard Belts?
No.
Mr. Larry Stern?
Yes.
So that's 5 yes, 4 no, motion carried.
Courtesy of the floor, public comment. Ms. Gloria Bowman.
Hold on. You said we were going to get the chance to deliberate these, Mr. Stern.
You had lots of chances.
No, you didn't. You didn't deliberate single one. You said you're going to have a chance to do them as a consent item.
Yeah, we just voted on it. You were supposed to talk, speak up.
You voted on the consent motion, sir.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Now you have to vote on.
All of them as a
Now
consent.
we have a vote. All right, very good.
And now, prior to that vote, we're going to have a slight discussion. You guys can make it as much as you want after that, but the process is simple. You already made a motion to make it. You're good? Thank you. I would like... I move that we approve all of them as a consent item
Now,
for approval.
a second.
Yep, and now we need a second for that.
Second motion.
Excellent. So you voted to second that, Mr. Yenser?
That I did.
Okay, no problem. You want to explain that to him? I'll take care of it, no problem. So,
There's no implications of approving the second.
I love the second. I
What
think
do
it's
you
great.
think? That means that everybody's going to say yes or no? No, it just says, let's move on with it.
You got it, Robert's Rules has an order. Okay, so we talked to the Heary family, and as an educator, he saw a great opportunity in the benefits of L-Tri-C, as Ms. Holland had mentioned, and the ability of a student, an ambitious student, to move forward with their career, whether it is military, additional education through the secondary education system or to a career employment through like a tech school. And as such, when the conversation came up that we were realizing that our district has added 33% more responsibility to put their butts in these seats rather than their career seats, whether it's military, college, or a job or career, that he thought to save them money and earn them an opportunity because they're ambitious, that we put a plaque up honoring their achievement, which gives them a benefit educationally and saves the district millions of dollars per year. Most other districts, not just one or two, have the same PSBA language that makes senior year optional. They still get the right to go to the prom. They still get the right to walk down the graduation aisle with their peers. But as an ambitious student, they can move on to their career earlier. The three motions are broken up specifically to meet those requirements within our policy and within our code to allow these individuals with ambitious goals to meet the state high school's rigorous standards for the high school diploma, which has been increasing, and give them the opportunity to graduate early. The diploma that you earn in Lehighton is the same as the diploma, or the recognition is the same across the state, just like a state driver's license. There's no need for us to raise the bar, requiring our students to get closer to the curb to get their license, or to be forced to take the driver's license test in a 4x4 extended cab pickup with a long bed. They get to make that choice. The parents get to make that choice. And I'm giving the educational opportunity for our district to not only allow them to make that choice, but ambitiously motivate them to do so. There is a lot of seniors we currently have that are bored. We could actually add to their motivation, as Ms. Holland had mentioned.
I never said they were bored.
No, I said that you can add to their education. They can go to Elterson.
How do you know they're bored? How do you know?
Okay.
How do you know they're bored?
We'll add that to the climate study to prove what I've been
Let
told.
him speak his piece.
We'll add that to the climate study.
So you can't make that statement.
I can, because I talked to them.
You
But-
can talk to them.
Ms. Durst, please.
Sorry, I apologize.
Thank you.
Rigorous Pennsylvania high school requirements. The item, yours went up to item F or G, Mr. Jensen? M? Okay, no problem. Thank you for the time. I motion to have Mr. Schwab attend the February 12th docket and concur with my position that the director's petition to remove this order and be vacated because it is moot. We removed it after I was threatened with the King's Pride motivation there, right? The next letter, H, is I would like to obligate the district government, all members of the district government, to accept all correspondences from all constituents. So to prevent a First Amendment violation being charged against the director and the IT staff of the district, Mr. Who did you have? You mentioned in the meeting. You had Marcus. You implicated Marcus in doing it. So, what's that? Yeah, you implicated Marcus. That had you help block constituents' emails from coming to a director. That's a violation of the First Amendment. We should prevent that to prevent further litigation.
It's not, I don't need to have an email to be a board director.
Correct.
So if I choose to not just talk to certain people, that's fine. Because, Mr. Bradley, you are not my constituent. My constituent are people who believe in public education and furthering it. You do not. You are a board member. I have to talk to you here, but I don't have to talk to you anywhere else, and I certainly don't have to listen to your harassment.
And I wish I
Please
had.
call a question.
No, I'm not qualified. We're still discussing only up to G. and I missed the opportunity.
That's what I'm
I
calling.
hope they don't run out of tape over there. I'll leave it go. What you just said was very destructive to the transparency of the district, and I would like to take a second and ask Mr. Schwab. Mr. Schwab, is she allowed to do such a thing?
Just for
She
clarification.
can call the question and.
Not call the question. Can she block an email?
Oh, she certainly can. We have First
How many
Amendment rights.
are blocked? One.
Just.
One.
You're allowed to block?
One. Not constituents. It's constituent, not even a constituent.
She has every right.
You're saying I'm not a constituent?
No, you're not, because I represent the people who feel like me with my philosophy. I don't represent you.
Wow. I love that one.
Ms. Correct, you call the question.
Okay, hold on. I'm not done.
I call the question.
I understand, but we're not done, and that's, in fairness.
The code of conduct says you need to represent all of the residents.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, all but one.
So, hold on.
Sylvie, you're good at that.
So, hold on, I'm not finished, sir. Do not
You don't
violate
have
the
the
floor.
filibuster.
I'm not filibustering, I'm going through the motions we have.
But once the question is called, the board has to vote on the.
You're gonna silence us from talking about the right to know that uncovered the missing documents, Mr. Schwab, that you were asked for, that they couldn't find? You're gonna silence these people from hearing about the affidavits that somebody wrote and they didn't even read them and sign them?
You're distorting things as you do half the time.
Why don't we use the evidence? Hold on. If you'd like to have no distortion, we have copies of the affidavits, we have copies of your resolution.